Hi guys, it's Harvey from All Parts. Today I had a question on a phone call on how to properly connect up to turn on and off a Sta-Rite heater by one of his switches. He wanted to cycle his heater on and off properly. A lot of people told him to connect it to the pressure switch, which I saw done lots of times and everything else like that. That is not the proper way. It winds up with faults. Used to see it all the time. I always say if you read and understand all your manuals, especially on Sta-Rite, you know how to do things properly. And this is a so-called pool professional who is doing this. Anyway, inside this box right here, which consumes high voltage and low voltage. Do not get the two confused. If you are doing this, I recommend that you turn off the power totally to the heater, because if it's a 240 volt application, this is hot, and here's your fireman's switch. They are very close together. You touch any of this or this to your high voltage, you must throw out all your electronics. So basically, you must go ahead and buy a new heater. You may get lucky for a little bit on a transformer, then the board will start going, then the top side will go in, the fan wall will start going. So if you turn off totally the power to the heater, you're pretty well safe. Alright, say we have a switch. We want to control our Sta-Rite heater, and what you do is put it on whatever you want. Make sure the pump is running when you are turning on your Sta-Rite heater. Always. You always have water flow. And turn it on either pool or spa. Turn it on the temperature you want. And that's all you do. Alright? Turn off the power. Now, when you open this cabinet right here, you'll see a yellow jump. I think it's yellow. It's been a long time, and they probably kept it yellow. A yellow jumper wire from here to here. They tried to make it longer so people can put wire nuts. Don't do that. I'll tell you the reason why. Alright? But I'll tell you that and the reason why. Go to Ace, Home Depot, whatever. If you don't have a stab tab, whatever, get yourself a length of, while you're doing a connection. You have the wire. Put in new stab tabs. Alright? And connect the two. And so that way there, your controller, when it clicks on with no power, all you're doing is making continuity between two switches, okay? It's like on and off switch. Turn it on, turn it off. Alright? You could do this going to your house. You could put an on and off switch on. Instead of going off and turning off your Sta-Rite heater, you could put a low voltage wire inside, run it through your house, turn it to an on and off switch, connect it here, and you can properly turn off your heater. Then you can turn on your heater. You can do it with a timer. You can do it with a controller. Anything like that. Now, keep in mind, this is low voltage. Low voltage and high voltage do not mix. So you do not want to put the low voltage in with the high voltage wiring. There's lots of holes all around here. You can stick your low voltage wiring up, and there is a low voltage wiring hole right about here. You can come up and connect to here. Turn off the power. You take that yellow jumper wire off and you put it to the side of this cabinet. Okay? And then you put your wiring up and you could connect it to your fireman's switch. And that's how you control your heater. Alright? So, if argument's sake, if you have a controller, You go, well, Harvey, I have a controller, and you tell me pool, and I want my spa 140 degrees. It doesn't matter. Your controller has a temp sense. Your controller will tell it to either run at what temperature. So if you have a pool and spa combination and you wanted to bring your spa to 104 and your pool to 85, what you do is come up to here, you push it on spa, bring it up to 104, and then the fireman switch, what it'll do, your control box, your Pentair, your Haywood, any of your control boxes will swing and tell it when to turn on and off. All right, that's another question. All right, these controllers have temp sensors going through the water. It knows it's supposed to be to the pool. It actuated the valve running the water to the pool, and the controller knows it's supposed to be at 85. If you're asking for hot tub water, it'll swing the actuator to your hot tub and tell this controller, turn this switch off at 104 degrees. Now, the only reason why I tell you do not put wire nuts and leave that little yellow wire there is for testing, okay? It makes it easier for testing. If you know your water is flowing, okay, and your heater is not running, you can do this very quick without meters and everything else like that. If you know water's properly going through your heater, okay, if you don't know if water is properly going through your heater, don't do this test. But disconnect, turn off the power, disconnect your fireman switch or whatever you got connected to it, timer, controller, on, off switch, I don't care. Put that your little yellow wire back on. Turn on the heater. If the heater fires up, you got a problem somewhere else. That's why I told you to keep that yellow wire there. That'll keep you and save you a lot of times. But if you are playing with this fireman switch, always turn off the power to the heater. These are too bloody close, and if you accidentally connect the wire to here and it's fumbling around and it just touches that for a millisecond, well, it burns out a lot of stuff. Starts with the transformer, then it goes to your board, your top side, your fin wall, and it voids out your warranty. And it's an easy find, easy fix. I'll swing down so you can constantly read this. So if you want to read it, but you can get these Sta-Rite books on the internet. I recommend very strongly that you constantly read and understand the manual, but that's how you control a Sta-Rite heater, is through the fireman switch. No other safeties, no temp sense, no pressure switch. I saw it wired all kinds of crazy ways. It's not wired that way. It's strictly wired through the fireman switch. All right? So, anyway, and this is a good idea for you guys too. If you ever have this in a tight enclosure or a garage and you don't have a need for a fireman switch, you can buy yourself a fusible link that burns up when stuff gets too hot and make that fusible link to a fireman switch. So if you ever wind up with a fire, doesn't mean it's going to stop the fire, but it'll break that fusible link and tell that heater to shut off. Excellent idea. But keep in mind, if you're touching these two wires, turn off the power. Hopefully that helps you. This is Harvey from All Parts Pool and Spa. Do not make your low voltage wiring through your high voltage. Keep it away from your high voltage. And if you're connecting up to your fireman's switch, you turn off the power first and keep that yellow jumper wire in the back corner for testing purposes. I hope that helps someone out there on a Sta-Rite heater. So take care, guys. That's one good way to turn on and off properly on your Sta-Rite heater. All right, guys. Take care. Got any questions? Email me. Don't use my Gmail account. I don't look at my Gmail account. All right, Gmail account I do not use. I don't reference anything to Gmail account. So you would have to go to my website and ask me the question. Take care, guys. Happy hunting out there, and Christmas is 2 weeks away. All right, today's the 13th. So anyway, we're not that far away. Sorry for my throat being scratchy, but I don't know why it's scratchy, but it is. Take care.